Kickers, Carla here, and I've got 5 more super useful guitar patterns for you today. And I'm really looking forward to showing you some of these. The first 3 are going to be kind of country bluegrass, and the next 2 are more pop rock. So let's get started. So the first pattern I'm going to show you is bass, strum, bass, strum. It's going to sound like this. So we're going to play just the bass note, which for a G chord is going to be the 6th string. So you'll play just the 6th string all by itself. And then you'll hit strings 4, 3, 2, 1 on a downstroke. So 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you know which bass note to hit? Because maybe you're not always playing a G chord. Well, I'll just tell you. But if you watch the video on naming the notes on your strings, that will help a lot, because for the G chord, I'm hitting a G. That note right there is a G. And for a G chord, you'll hit G. For a C chord, you'll hit C, and so on. But if you haven't watched that yet, and you haven't learned that yet, I'll go through the basic chords that you're going to hit pretty often in the open position. So E chords, if it's E or E minor or E7, you'll hit the 6th string, because that's E, and then it'll be the same thing as G chord. If it's F, it kind of depends on how you play F. If you play F like this, you'll hit the 4th string. If you play it like this, you'll hit the 6th string. If you play it like this, then you'll still hit the 4th string. Okay, G chord we already covered, 6th string. A, 5th string. That also goes for A minor or A7. So 5, and then 3, 2, 1. And B7, if you do that chord, if you know B7, it'll be the 5th string. I'll put all this in the description below, but you may want to write it down too. C is a 5th string. C7, still 5th string. Next letter in the alphabet is D. If it's D, D minor, or D7, it's the 4th string. And that covers everything except the flats and sharps. So, what's a song that uses this pattern? Well, a really good example of this is Jambalaya by Hank Williams, the first. Goodbye, Joe, me got to go, me oh my oh. Me got to go, Paul pierogi down the bayou. My Yvonne, sweetest one, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. We call this boom chick, boom chick. This is in 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's bass note on the 1, chord on the 2, bass note on the 3, and chord on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Super useful strum. You can do it for all kinds of songs. Let's take that pattern, bass, strum, and do a little variation on it. This will be pattern number 2. And what we're going to do, instead of just doing bass note, strum, bass note, strum, we're going to do bass note, strum, so that first half is the same, and then we're going to do a different bass note, so, and then the strum again. Bass, strum, different bass note, bass, strum. variety. If you had a bass player, that's what the bass player would be doing. Boom, 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 boom. Or a tuba. That's kind of what they do too. So for G, it's going to be the 6th string, and then the chord, and then the 4th string, and then the chord. Now the example song I picked out for you for this one is Act Naturally by the Beatles. And the chords in this song are G, C, and D7. So for G, as discussed, we're going to do 6th strum, 4th strum. For C, we're going to do 5th strum, and then we're going to reach back with this 3rd finger and change it to the 6th string. So it's going to sound like this. Alright, see what I'm doing there? 5th strum, and then we move both hands, right hand and left hand, to the 6th string. 3rd fret with the left hand. And then our other chord is D7, and for D7, we're going to hit the 4th string, and then strum, and then the 5th string, which is open. 4th strum, 5th strum, 4th strum, 5th strum. And here's what it sounds like when you put it all together. So, just as useful as the 1st strum, and a little more interesting. Now, if we take this boom chick strum, and we add a little more variety, and we make it boom chicky, boom chicky. So, we'll still do the alternating bass, where we go 6th strum, 4th strum, 6th strum, 4th strum. But now instead of doing strum, we'll go down up. Instead of just down, we'll go down up. So, okay, the song I chose for this is Wabash Cannonball, an old classic. And the chords we're going to use are going to be C, F, and G. So for C, just like before, on pattern 2, we're going to go root on the 5th, and then chicky, and then move both hands back to the 6th string. Then for F, I find it easiest to finger the F like this, where you've got 1st finger on the 2nd string and sort of muting the 1st string. Won't hear anything on the 1st string. 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Pinky on the 4th string, where you would usually have your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret. And then 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. And then your alternating bass that you need, the other bass note is already there. So we'll go 4th chicky, 5th chicky, 4th chicky, 5th chicky. And then G, of course, we've already discussed, 6th and 4th. And this gives us a Wabash Cannonball. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, to the great old flowering mountains, to the icebound Labrador. She's long and tall and handsome and known quite well to all. She's a modern combination called the Wabash Cannonball. Now you may have noticed that I've been playing the G like this. You can play it like this. It's just easier to get back and forth to C from this G. Because if you do it from this G, you have to keep shifting your wrist around. Whereas if you can reach the G like that with your pinky, it makes the change easier. It makes the chord harder, but it makes the change easier. It's always a trade-off. So that's pattern 3. Boom, chicky, boom, chicky, boom, chicky, boom, chicky with the alternating bass. Pattern 4 that I've got for you today is boom, boom, cha. That's what I call it, boom, boom, cha. And for pattern 4, what we're going to do is hit the bass note twice and then the chord. Like this. Let's do a D chord. Bass, bass, chord. Fourth, fourth, 3, 2, 1. Fourth, fourth, 3, 2, 1. This gets used a lot in rock and some in country. Now the song I've chosen to demonstrate this strum pattern is Our Song by Taylor Swift. And the chords involved are going to be D, 4th string twice, E minor, 6th string twice, G, 6th string twice, and A, 5th string twice. I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He's got a one-hand feel on the steering wheel, the other on my heart. I look around, turn the radio down, he says, baby, is something wrong? I say nothing, I was just thinking how we don't have a song. And I've got one more pattern, pattern number 5, which is sort of a variation on this. We've got boom, boom, cha. This one's going to be boom, boom, chicky, chicky. So we'll go, I'm going to do an A minor here as a demonstration chord. Bass, bass, which is going to be 5th, 5th. All right, so bass, bass, down, up, down, up. And remember, on your down, up, you don't hit the 5th string again. You don't hit your bass note again. You hit the rest of them. 4, 3, 2, 1, or just 3, 2, 1. Go a little slower. Bass, bass, chicky, chicky, bass, bass, chicky, chicky, bass, bass, chicky, chicky. And a really good song for bass, bass, chicky, chicky is Wild World by Cat Stevens. I'll be doing it capo too, just because that's what works for me. And the chords are going to be A minor, which is 5th string bass, D, 4th string bass, G, 6th string bass, C, 5th string bass, F, 4th string, D minor, 4th string, and E, 6th string. Okay, there you have it. 5 more super useful strum patterns. That gives you, if you look at this video and the previous video, which really had 6, that gives you 11 super useful strum patterns, all of them in 4/4 time to pick from anytime you have a song that's in 4/4 time. All right, so I hope you found this useful, and I hope it makes your playing a little more interesting and a lot more fun. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, please put them below. And remember to subscribe so you'll get some kind of notification. I think you have to hit the little bell thing, the subscribe thing and the bell thing for the notification if you want to get a little red dot every time that I put up a new video, and you'll know about it. All right, so thanks for watching and happy picking.